found this.
Hey, my favorite video here. Welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. And I lost, as you said that, as you saw earlier in this episode. So I guess the man thought the victim is strangling him to death. Which I guess we have to represent the Smith's autopsy report again. Because I started the wrong time. Objection. Oh really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Duh, normal customers only choke on borscht. No, I meant died to blow the head. Ah! Darn it, you. Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime? Eek! Oh, man, I still don't get how she did that with her eyes closed. Looking at the picture, it does seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Yet, it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit. Crime photo 2 added to court record. But I've seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged the victim, his neck. Oh really, Miss... I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice, I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. Seems we should continue the cross-examination. Such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. Ah, goodness. Deal card to the game. It's called. Both players play with their hats on. The victim, he plays the whole time with a locket at his neck. Wait. Let me check this. He doesn't have a locket on his neck. He doesn't have a locket on his neck. What objection? He doesn't have a locket on his neck. You know, there is one curious part of the testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said, but what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what you're so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on his locket on his neck, I believe she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at the photograph. Sadly, no. You see a lock? Do you see a locket on a victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean? If we are to believe this witness' testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. The locket is gone. Someone must have taken it off. No? Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean the defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all? He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah. Urgh. Okay, so that's something. The defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say, yes. You have a locket on your neck. But you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh, you mean this? Yes, it is a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Come again? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? You confirmed at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. So Mr. Wright has a locket too. Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence? The guy must have taken the locket. If the result of the poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. For the testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost. Miss Orley, will you testify to the court about the gameplay between the victim and the defendant? Duh. Yes, another testimony, of course. Serious competition, of course. Yes. The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips comes in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was victim. For last hand, the defendant played with all chips on the table and lost. The moment lost, table end. Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem that in a one-sided game. As court knows, poker was the defendant's life. True, very true, very, very true. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. Oh, nice. How many times have I heard these words? I've done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor. And now I get what I've done. Common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. But I need to find out where it's wrong. Game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. Hold it. Are those the usual starting points? Were any special rules used? No, not special. Usual game, usual rules. If each man begins with 3,000 points, the total would be exactly 7,000 points. Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division. Okay, I don't think that worked out. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. I don't see there, but let's press just in case. Hold it! I love the microphone sequence on this thing. There are chips in the photo, all the chips that were used. Duh, of course. Are you positive? Something's wrong. Press harder. Of course you should press harder. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is there to be explained? Objection. What? Poker chips aren't poker chips. They're not fish and chips. Not a chip off the old block, not a motorcycle cop, not a... Thanks. Now that I've pressed her, I better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars, rubles even? Yet, as I've been saying before, it was a game, not gambling. Hard perhaps capitalists to understand. 2 sets of chips. 100 and 1,000 point chips. It's not money, duh. Justice? Sir, don't you find her comment interesting? There are more ways than one, sir. I had to have it added to a testimony myself. Does the defendant want the witness to add it to testimony? Add to testimony! Of course add to testimony! Don't think it needs a thing. Add to testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. Really, same here. If you'd be so kind. Die, Your Honor. One kind of chip was worth 1,000. 2,000 in all. 2 kinds in all. Hold it! Hold it! It's like, really? Do I have to say it quieter? Miss Gavin said testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why. Mr. Justice? You court of here, think about what you want to say before raising your hand. We're not in kindergarten. Sorry, I'm fine. I better think of something to ask. And quick. The 2 types of chips. The small ones are 100, the big ones are 1,000. Right, of course. What? Don't waste our time. Is that all? Yeah, great. Mr. Gavin made me stop her, and now I'm the one who looks dumb. Oh, Justice, please try not to embarrass me like that. Clear contradiction in the information you have in your hands. What? It's a simple matter of calculation. Go on, try it. Let me see something. Okay, then. Then let's see the chip photo. Check. If each chip's 100 and there's 7,000. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, what? Wait a second, back. What's going on here? The chip photo, that's like, how many? That's a lot more points than there should be. We're not in kindergarten after all. Calculation. What was winning? Was the victim. One kind of chip was worth. Okay, let me try presenting the chip photo. Because I know it's a chip photo, but it's either in two places. Either this one, or the game begins with 300 points and chips for each man. One was worth 10,000, the other was worth 1,000. 2 kinds in all. Which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it? Probably this one, because this one he said was important. Chip photo and objection. You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure? Objection. It seems our new attorney's a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which one worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course. Duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then, the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man starts with 3,500 points in chips. Combined total value of chips were 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see. 3 plus 1 carried a 5. There, Your Honor. They are, Your Honor, now. Look at the photo that literally shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 and the small ones are worth 1, and you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. Beautiful. We learned math. But how could this be? Oh, here. Exactly, just this one. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Starting points were wrong. Chip count were wrong. Starting points were wrong. Chip count was wrong. The odd thing here is that the number of chips... Right, Mr. Gavin, why are you asking me? Just in case? Justice, it's your case I'm concerned about. If you're running at the chips, just look at the photograph. It's all there. No, wait! No, the starting points were wrong. Finlanders, let me ask you again. Right, there's only one way. Starting points were wrong. Calculation makes the answer clear. Total combined points were 10,600, as said here by my pencil. And each man started the night with 5,300 points. 5,300? What does that mean? We'll find out in the next episode. Bye!